Issues at home were spilling over into school, and we were having to control a lot of the poor behaviours. There was a lot of fighting. Our attendance stats during that period, the lowest would have been about 40%. The real kicker in the attendance was when we started our Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu program. That brought the kids back. Taneatua is a small rural community. We're about 10 minutes to the south of Whakatane, so we're in the foothills of Tūhoe country. So we are almost 100% Māori students, Māori Tūhoe students. It's had a rough time, so it was quite a large town, but the railway was the biggest employer here, and there was a large railway yards, and that was shut down. So a lot of the employment left, and it went through quite a big economic downturn. Issues at home were spilling over into school. It was a bit of a negative cycle where kids were having a bad day, and so it would just kind of spill over, and we were having to control a lot of the poor behaviours. There was a lot of fighting, and I had done 19 unique stand downs. So some of those unique, but there were some kids who had multiple stand downs. We ended up with 4 suspensions before December and 3 exclusions. So 2020 rolled around. We'd done a lot of PLD with the teachers around the relationships, a lot around the whare tapawha, about well-being, about play, about trusting our kids. We implemented a new arapiki, which is, I guess, our behaviour management system, but really it's a pathway to lift. We worked really hard on celebrating successes and helping the kids understand when they were feeling crunchy and they needed support and what they could do. We reintroduced a very balanced curriculum, so sport, fitness, well-being, that all became really, really important. I upped the breakfast club, made sure that every single classroom had food. We spent the first part of every day just making sure the kids were settled and well. And then COVID happened, and that was a shock. It was really difficult to get tamariki back, and we knew it would be. Our attendance stats during that period, the lowest would have been about 40%, and we could never get over 60% at that time. The real kicker in the attendance was when we started our Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu program. That brought the kids back.
I grew up in Whakatane, so I knew the place a little bit, just hadn't been home in so long, so it was nice to come home and to have like Jiu-Jitsu up my sleeve. So I came in with the idea that I was just going to train and maybe find a gym, and I found a spot over in Whakatane, and that was it. I was kind of hooked. One of our students is Whae Marama's partner, so I think he just thought, okay, maybe we can get him out here to Taneatua and see what we can do out here. So it was really quick, like happened within a few days. I came out, did an interview with Whae Marama, and met some of the kids, had a look at the space. She told me a little bit about the issues they were having, something like a fight every single day or something. It was crazy. So I could immediately pick kids that were maybe just needed a little bit more guidance or discipline or something. So I could see straight away that there were going to be some issues if there wasn't a program like this involved with the school. And my kind of goal, I don't know why, but my goal was to pull those kids out and actually just turn them into leaders. Like rather than kicking them out of the classroom, I was like, why don't I just make you like ref a game or something? Just give them like a little bit of responsibility and see how they take it. And from there we started to see progress.
Like any school, kids like to play fight, and the problem at school is, yes, they're having fun, they were play fighting, which I know is a really important play schema that children need to experience, but there was no self-control. So if something went wrong or right, it was out of control and there would be a fight. So I just thought, well, wouldn't it be cool if they could play fight and have that control and get rid of that energy and carry on.
Our kids, they rough and tumble all the time, and teaching them the discipline of going too far and when to pull back. The pull back bit is, I think, pretty hard for our kids because they love to get right in there. There was quite a lot of playground, the playground domestics, but with this, it's kind of diffused a little because it's released here. The Jiu-Jitsu, it's pretty cool because you get a lot of laughs, a lot of little looks at each other, but it stays on the mat and it's finished.